So I haven't really watched Biffle play, but he's kind of come out lately as a dominant, an absolute dominant player in competitive for Warzone. And you guys are just going to have to sit back and watch this dude. As far as I know, he's like 17 years old. He's pretty young. And he's absolutely disgusting. So it starts off, I think this is recent. This is like a week ago. But I don't normally like spectate gameplay too often. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. It looks like he's playing with Super Evan, Repulse, and Lucky. So this is a pretty nasty squad. These guys are all super try hard, very aggressive, run and gun players. They land super and they sweat. Starting off nasty with the AK. Oh, he's gonna get a third kill. Look at the hip fire on that. That's insanity to me. Holy shit. He killed 3 people right there. Technically 4, but I think he only got credit for 1. He didn't get credit for 1. Watch, dude, watch the hip fire in that third kill. I have to back it up because that's just crazy. That's why, like, controller gives you a slight advantage, and people deny it, but he pulls in here, kills this dude, murders him, murders this guy, and then hip fires on the stairs. Bang, bang, bang. All dead. Now, I'm assuming that guy was weak because he died pretty quick, like 2 or 3 bullets. So somebody else probably shot him. That's why he didn't get the kill credit. That was nuts. Like, that was actually just like a crazy exchange. Superstore's wild like that, though. You know, you roll into like a four-man that's just stacked on top of each other. And it's crazy. He's using an EM2. Looks like he has a loadout. Unless this is just ground. No, this can't be ground loot. I think they called their loadout in from Super already. Oh, he got hit. Someone over from I mean, Super, they're split up, so you're going to hear different comms. But the EM2 is insane. This gun is still probably one of the metas, even in this season. The only issue is, like, its fire rate. Oh, MP5. Someone was just asking about it. This is 2 weeks ago, so keep that in mind. So with all the little updates and gun updates and changes, but that's why the EM2 is really good. It just does a good amount of damage at close range. And he's letting his teammate, like, hey, you should definitely back the fuck up. He's hunted right now, so his threat's red. He's downed a few people, killed a few, but you never know what angle you're going to get a shot from. But if you can get that guy to sit somewhere else where you're safe, using the heartbeat, playing his angles, pushes up because of the nade, calls out the teammate, and boom. Super Evan out here, bro. Oh, no. He is having a bad day. He just got blown up right there at the end, like right after he got picked up. But look at his movement here. He's like side canceling everywhere. Like, that is what I'm jealous of. The buy. He goes immediately to the buy, grabs his teammate within a fraction of a second. He just like presses 2 buttons and boom, the guy's back and he's off the buy station. If you're a keyboard mouse player, it's like you can press it and you have to like hover with your mouse over what you're trying to click, and then you can click the space bar, but you have to kind of select. So there's a little delay when you like move. This is also a hard part too with the EM2. The velocity on it's a little slower, but I think he'll be able to kill this dude. Shooting people out of the air from like really far is kind of impossible, but if they're close enough to you, it's not too bad. But I don't think this is I think this might, I don't know if this is his PR or if this is his world record, but I know it's a decent game for him. It's a 50 kill game, which when you think about it, that's kind of unheard of. 50 kills. So he's just melting people. The EM2 is nasty. He's got his advanced UAV on, so he can kind of see where these players are. The only downside is you can't tell if they're above or below you when you have it enabled. You just kind of have like left or right, and then you can see the direction they're looking. That's the only thing I hate about having those advanced UAVs. The advanced UAV that you get out of a red room or like the actual item itself, that one will show every player on the map, ghosted or not. If you have a normal advanced UAV where you just get 3 UAVs, it doesn't show ghosted players after a certain distance. So if they're closer to you, it won't show them. But after I think like 300 to 400 meters, they will pop up on the map. This dude's disgusting. He can see players pretty well. Now, the one thing here to understand is like, oh my god, they just all stood still for that. That's crazy. I think they were trying to revive, and then the grenades just I don't think they expected the grenades. He's got 16 kills right now. What the fuck was that? All right, explain. All right, Biffle. Like, all right, bro. What did he hit? Like, okay, he runs along. There's a mark here, and he like turns, aims at the tree, and he shoots the fucking. All right, bro. I'm gonna need to know what you're doing, because that's fucking crazy. Now I'm gonna be honest. I'm spectating this, and the quality is pretty shit. So he might actually be able to see the guy running. There's moments like I'll snipe somebody and you can kind of barely see him running through a tree line. That's fucking crazy though, that he actually tagged that player. Like, that was pretty fucking sus. Unless the guy was parachuting in or something, but maybe he shot a guy. I don't know. It was just really blurry. Like the quality here is really rough. It looks like it's his stream quality, and then it's ripped, uploaded to YouTube. Like downloaded from Twitch, then uploaded to YouTube, so the quality is going to be really, really, really like shoddy. So for example, you can see that guy, but he's very faint. He's like very blurry. He's just parachuting off the top. It just looks kind of weird because you can't see him. So that's what I mean, like quality. Sometimes when you watch these gameplays, people have clips and you can explain it normally because you can see it in real life. Like I can see my monitor, it's HD, full quality. I can see everything. But when you are transcoding footage from Twitch, downloading it, and then uploading it to YouTube, and then I'm watching it on YouTube, that's like 3 times. So the quality is getting degraded slightly more even each time. And that's also to say that if he's not even recording in high quality to begin with. So you get fuzzy gameplay like this. And unfortunately, it makes you look more suspicious because it's like, who's he shooting at? But when you actually have the full HD footage, you can usually see it. Also, NVIDIA filters sometimes don't appear in these games either. So like they'll see a dark shadowy spot and they can see it clearly as day, but in the gameplay, you don't actually see the footage. So depending on their color settings of their monitors and whatever else, sometimes that doesn't get transferred into the game. And I think that's what throws people off. Like they don't understand. But oh my, that MP5. He's like, you just killed me through a wall. That's crazy. He's already got 20 kills. Good comms from his teammates. And I think at this point, they're trying to feed him kills because they know he's on a burner. But look how quick that EM2 kills. It's still disgusting. Oh my god, like dude's death com. A lot of people don't want to admit it. You know, they think PC's better and it's always going to be better. The difference is keyboard and mouse. Like PC is better from a graphics perspective, like performance. But when you have a controller in your close range, you do get some aim assist and it kind of holds you to a target when you're like up close moving left and right. And honestly, that is a huge advantage in Warzone. Because if you get 1 or 2 extra shots right off the start, you're probably going to win that fight. And I don't think people realize like how big of an advantage that is. You can still get danced on by a PC player, you know, just really laser accurate. But when you're looking at these professional controller guys, these guys are disgusting. I'm surprised he's not knocked right here. Holy shit. Oh, he's going to have to go down there. There's nowhere for him to go. He'll come back from a gulag or a teammate or buy him back, but he had nowhere to go with this many people pushing up on him. Just combat scout. That's tough. Yeah, so he jumps out, fights all 3, and they just rolled up on him. Like, I get the idea of being frustrated. You're on a burner, but at the same time, though, it's like you're challenging by yourself. Like, you got to understand that, you know, fights aren't always going to win and go your way. Like, that's legitimately not going to work. You can't just be like, oh, it's, you know, it's their fault that I died. It's, I mean, part of it is you played too aggressive at times, and, you know, you're playing a very dangerous, like, I'm going to rush at this dude. I'm going to fight this dude. And, oh, if there's multiple there, like, whatever. But, I mean, he's very, very talented at what he's doing here. But, like, I think a lot of players don't understand, like, they really do put themselves in the position in order to pretty much get killed like that. Like, you're running at people. Like, what do you expect? Like, them not to shoot back? But again, this is how you're going to get a 50 kill game. You have to have your team pretty much calling in UAVs. Your team calling in, you know, revives if you die. but you also have to be very confident. Like, look at how he's pushing this. Like, he went through a window. How many players would expect a person to jump down into that side window? Like, I guarantee most people have never been killed like that before. Like, look at this. He runs up top, jumps over, lines up the jump, goes right, boom. Dude's clueless. Like, that is such a unique play. And when you're trying to fight people that are sitting in a building and they think like, oh, you can only come up the stairwell or up through the top. It's a completely unusual thing. And that's usually how you catch these teams off guard. Look at these shots, too. You might actually be able to clip him on that edge. Nice call out by his teammate. Oh, no. Nah, man, he was so close to being alive right there. Uh-oh, his teammate's like, oh, this challenge. Oh, my God, there's 2 players. The ball is on Super Evan right here. I think he got out because he thought it was 1. He hasn't reloaded yet either. Oh, there. Oh, another team. Oh my God, no fucking way. That is an insane like clutch. So Biffle goes down. This is actually kind of nuts because without him clutching this play could have like gone to shit. Like, watch how fast this just goes bad. So he's gonna get down here, and it goes to his teammate, which is Super Evan. He's another Twitch creator. He's fucking disgusting. So he jumps out on him, challenges him. Dude up on top of the hill shoots at him. He slides in here, plates. Doesn't even worry about getting the thirst. This is pretty important too. Because it's like a lot of people would normally just push and like try to get the thirst. But then it's like, dude, you can get shot from another player. He gets behind cover immediately, kills this guy inside. I think he gets lucky that dude looked like he had to reload. But like, what the actual fuck? The fact that he just did that 1v3 from 3 different angles with half health, that's nuts. So Biffle comes in. He's going to grab the loot, and he's going to help him out. Now, if you're listening, there's calls. He's telling him, hey, there's people on the roof and one guy in the garage or something. Broken armor, letting him know he's weak. Biffle having a hard time seeing him. Yeah, that sucks. Those bushes are pretty crazy. Like, these comms are nasty. He's got to reload both guns. Not a great position. But thankfully, it looks like these guys are clueless. Now, they're double stacking here, too. They got both people on each side of each other. Which kind of helps out. Like, if a player pops out, they're both there. He can't kill them both at the same time. So even if one gets downed, I mean, you have to deal with both. So, like, they're teaming up together, like, really close. And this is kind of what you need. He's got 33 kills. I think Evan had, like, 20 last we looked. So between the two of them, they got 50. That's a lot. And there's also 40 up in this lobby, which is quite a bit, actually, for third circle. Can they just get a loadout or kill somebody that has a better gun? I mean, if you're trying to go for your loadout at this point, the problem would be you need the money. So it's just better to get the kills, and then you'll get a loadout here in a minute anyway when the circle closes, like on the next circle. But it's like if you slow down to try to loot, you're never going to get a kill record. Like, you have to use the guns that you have. As much as I hate to say it, like, he's got to use this kilo. And you can tell the kill damage compared to the EM2 is not quite there. It's still a decent gun. It's just when you get shot by like an AK or an EM2 and you're shooting back and you trade, you're more likely going to die because your gun just doesn't deal the right damage. He's looking for this player. Oh my God. That dude just peeked at the worst possible time. So there's one in front of him to his left and 2 to the right. I think they're separated teams. But if you ever notice like how these guys get these like crazy kill records, sometimes they challenge 1 versus 3. You know, they're always going to like push teams by themselves. But in the actual gunfight, the big thing is they usually take the fight 1-on-1. And I think people don't understand that. Like, they always assume like, oh, just push in the door and fight everybody. If you keep doing that, you're going to get beat up. You really need to find an angle where you can down one player without either getting hit or lure another player to chase you and then fight him one at a time. And once you get a knock, it really makes the game unfair. Like, if you're playing trios, these guys are playing quads, but if you're playing trios and you down somebody, it goes from a 3 versus 3 or a 3 versus 1 to a 2v1. Basically, somebody has to go revive, so it becomes a 1v1 at that point. So one knock without self-res, one player has to go revive. So if you can push during that time and down the other player guarding, now it's literally a 1v1 or a 1v2, and a guy has half HP when he stands up. So you really, really use that to, like, momentum when you knock people and break their armor to punish that team. Quads is somewhat similar too. It's a little bit harder. Obviously, if one person gets downed, you have to have a teammate go get him. But it takes 2 people out of that team of 4 out of the fight for a brief second. And if you can use that to your advantage, you can get another knock. And then now it's like, ah, crap, we still have 2 players down. But just running in and fighting like 6 players at once, it's usually not a good idea. Sometimes these guys get really lucky and they just go balls in straight through the wall and kill everybody. But you have to think, how many games have they played and how many situations like this do they run into? Like teammates calling out on point, hey, he's up in the building, he's in the window. You can hear a revive going on right now. He stuns, he backs off. Teammates covering for him. Now he's stunned. What a jump right there. And then he snacks this dude. Like, again, the angles. Like, I don't think people realize, like, how smart that is. Like, how often, like look at this. Like, how many people knew about this jump? So his teammate's covering him right now from the stuns. He's in the hallway. And he goes to the window. And he jumps out here onto this ledge. And he peeks over the railing. This dude has no clue. I guarantee you he's never been killed like this before. This is the type of stuff that basically makes you win 1v4s. Is when you peek people from angles they don't expect to get shot from. Like, that's massive. So he gets an easy kill here. Jumps down, sees the guy running in, calls him out. Gets behind him, kills him. Jumps back up top. Kills the other player again. Jumps into the other window. Calls out staircase. This dude has to reload. He's sitting in the window waiting. Dude pushes in. Oh, he's got Callies. Oh my god. That's crazy strong, dude. He wants to create distance. That's what he was going to say. Callie sticks are absurd. Yeah. And I think, yeah, he's going to go down there. But he'll probably get a buyback, like, almost immediately. Like, Evan ran around the corner, grabbed the buyback. Or I think it was the enemy. Yeah, he bought him back as soon as he could. Mid-fight, too. Like, that's pretty ballsy. Now, his teammate doesn't want him to kill him. He wants him to go for a record here, which is pretty crazy. He's like, hey, you know, I got to fight. And, you know, I mean, you got to kill what you got to kill. But at the same time, he wants to let him live. So Biffle can get a record or even just have a PR. But at least he has his loadout. He doesn't have a lot of ammo, though. He's got 33 bullets and then his SMG. But if he can fry a couple of these guys, he might be able to pick up some ammo.
Yeah.
His teammate's getting shot, like baiting shots here.
I need ammo, I need ammo.
Evan, I can't believe Evan got away. Oh, he might get sniped right there.
Oh, fuck. I need plates too.
He's just giving him stuff. He's like, don't worry, man, I got you. This is a good teammate. I wish Frozone was like that. No, sorry, Frozone. Frozone plays with Evan a little bit, and I always got to give Frozone some shit. You can see the shadow here. Good call outs from his teammates. Look at the re-challenge right there. Like, most players don't expect that, so he's running to get in, and then the other guy just slides right out and gets him. Oh, look at that. Oh, he almost got downed. He doesn't have a gas mask, so this kind of sucks here. Oh. He's got 45 kills right now. No mask, just taking damage. He's trying to play. There's a guy to his right, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the challenge. Wow. And Evan coming in with the full kill. That's clutch. He doesn't have to reload or waste ammo on it. He's trying to grab plates. Ugh. And behind him, too. No way. Look at the movement, though. Oh. Oh, my God. That's insane. The fact that he was able to dodge that many bullets on the way down the hill. He's going to fry this kid out the window. Almost downed him. Evan's down. That's not good. No self-res either. There's quite a few up. There's 4 players left. 2 teams. But he should know where they are. He might actually be able to revive Evan. It's kind of a risk because if they push out, but it seems like this team's just going to stay in the building. Circle's going to go to them. They don't really need to push. If they were a decent team, they might have. I would argue you would want to push that right now. Like, you would really want to fight that. Just because you got it down. But then again, if you push them, you might get shot by the other team. Because there's still one more team up. It's a 2v2v2, I think. So he changes his path and he catches him in the corner. Nice. Could be a guy up top. Pre-fires the corner. Oh, look at... Oh my god. That was unexpected, dude. Look at the double. So he got 51. Evan has 21. These guys have 1 and 1. Oh no. That hip fire and being accurate is absurd. And it helps so much because you can react and like pretty much snap to people. But like he kills this dude. Pre-fires through the doorway on the way in. And then pre-fires up the hill. But look at this. This dude comes out of fucking nowhere. And he downs that guy. He switches, slides back to the right. Like before you could even like recognize what happens. I don't even know if I can slow this down to like show you guys how crazy that is. Like that is just insane, like the speed. So he just downed the guy behind the wall, like behind this door here. He pushes in, pre-fires, slides in, comes in. Look at this dude come sliding around the corner. Like he just comes out of nowhere, runs right in front of him, and he slides to the right, dodges the shots, and he's able to get a few up the hill and just chest shot this guy and outshoot him. He has 1 HP. You can barely see it because of the YouTube bar. I wonder if it'll go away if I just like let it play, but he barely had enough HP there. Like that's insane.